Hello, wild people. Welcome to AK Wild One. Are you looking to win friends and influence people on the trail? Well, today I'm going to teach you how to make two types of energy bars that will bring fame, immortality, and eternal gratitude from all those with whom you share these culinary delights. Welcome to AK Wild One, and thank you for tuning in. You know, by the time I hit Washington on the Pacific Crest Trail in 2022, I was eating 5 energy bars a day. I ate energy bars for breakfast, lunch, and for snacks along the way. When I returned home and started experimenting with making my own energy bars, I realized they were far better than anything I bought online or in the store. And there's a certain pride of accomplishment that comes from developing your own backpacking meals. Previously, I shared with you a recipe for making granola, and this week I have 2 energy bar recipes to share with you. Both of the recipes I'll show you today will be listed in the description. So, here we go. This first recipe I came across from the Hungry Hiker. The only difference between our 2 techniques is I use a food processor, which I think helps the bars become a little more solid and dense. So here is what you need: a 9x13 baking dish, a food processor, mixing bowl, spoon, cutting board, knife, and an attitude. I also package my energy bars using a vacuum sealer. So I start out by preheating my oven to 350 degrees. For ingredients, you'll simply need to mix together 2 cups of almonds. I chop them ahead of time. 3 cups of rolled oats. 1 cup of pumpkin seeds. 2 cups of majoli dates. 1 cup of almond butter. 1 cup of dark chocolate chips, 1 cup of agave syrup or maple syrup, and 1/2 cup of coconut oil. As I mentioned, I cut my almonds ahead of time to make it a little easier on my food processor. The same goes with the dates. I mix all of this in my food processor, then I pour these ingredients into a 9x13 greased baking dish and place a sheet of parchment paper over the top and press the ingredients down firmly with the bottom of another baking dish. You bake for about 30 minutes and you let it cool. I slice mine into 12 portions, then I vacuum seal and I store in the fridge or freezer before I head out. These are stout, calorie-rich energy bars. Like I said before, this recipe makes about 12 energy bars, and according to my calculations, each bar has about 440 calories. My second recipe is a little more decadent, and it's a no-bake recipe. While these energy bars are very, very tasty, the downside is they become a bit gooey if it gets too hot outside, if the temperature gets too hot. The tools I use again are a 9x13 baking dish, food processor, mixing bowl, spoon, cutting board, and knife. And then of course I also package these using my vacuum sealer. Don't forget the final tool, your attitude. Got to have a good attitude. For ingredients, you'll need to mix the following: 4 cups of chopped majoli dates, which I cut ahead of time, 4 cups of raw cashews, which I also chop a bit, and 2 cups of almonds, doing the same. 1.5 cups of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, 1 cup of shredded coconut, 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 3 tablespoons of water. Oh, and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Once you're done mixing these ingredients in the food processor, spoon it and flatten it out onto a 9 by 13 baking dish covered in cellophane, and then place another sheet of cellophane on another baking dish on top to smash it down. Set the mixture in a fridge or freezer, cut into 12 pieces, and vacuum seal. Each one of these energy bars has approximately 470 calories each. These energy bars taste almost like brownies. Delicious. Well, I'm enjoying one of my energy bars out here, McCarthy Road in Alaska on a recent trip, and just seems to be a little tastier when you make them yourselves. Well, wild people, time for you to hit the kitchen and mix it up. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, hit that notifications button, and even leave a comment. Remember, gentlemen, if the women don't think you're handsome, at least they'll find you cooking. And so, until we meet again, live wildly, my friends.